Hello, I'm Salvatore. I'm with Occupational Therapy, and today we're going to go over 5 ways to grade your weight-bearing wrist exercises, okay? So, for number 1, I'm going to start with your own hands, and you're going to be assisting with the stretching and weight-bearing using your non-affected hand. So, in my case study, Gio was right hand dominant, and he had radial nerve palsy in his right hand. So let's say this is the affected hand and his wrist is in wrist drop. I'm going to be using my other hand to apply some pressure to kind of open that wrist up. We're going to go all the way back as far as we can. Good. And then we're going to go the opposite way as far as we can. So yeah, this is going to be number 1 on my grading scale, the easiest, because I feel like this takes the least amount of pressure on that wrist and you can go right at your own pace. Good. All right, number 2, I have to grade up a little bit more than that. I have wrist stretching using your own body weight. So this could be done on a table or a ground. I'm going to do it on a table so you guys can see. So for that one, I'm going to start with both of your wrists in kind of a wrist drop. So your wrists are going to be flat on the table, and then you're going to apply some pressure, bend down a little bit. I'll do it with my right hand just so you guys can see more. So you're going to be bent or applying some pressure down, and also you're using your body weight along with gravity to help put some weight onto that wrist. You can even turn it if you need. Good. And then we're gonna, just like we did in the first one, we're gonna go the other way. Apply some pressure on the other side. You can lean into it as much as you can, apply as much pressure as you feel necessary. You should feel a little bit of tingling to make sure it's working. Good. And then back one more way, and then good. You can do it in the front. You can do it towards you anyway to rotate that wrist. To grade up a little bit more, number 3, I have ball roll exercises. I'm gonna do it right here so you guys can be able to see. So for this one, I found a lot is gonna be a lot of weight bearing, along with you're actually be using your wrist to kind of like push the ball and pull it back. So when you're pushing it and pulling it back, your kind of wrist is going to the side to then on top of the ball. So it's doing a lot of wrist rotation itself and a lot of weight bearing. So for the exercises, you can start at the top of the ball like this, and you're gonna push it. So it's creating a lot of tension right here on the wrist, and then you're gonna pull it back. So it creates a lot of tension on the opposite side. And you'll do that many times. You can even do it on the wall. I'll try to do it on the wall so you guys can see. You can go sideways and then bring it back and push it out and bring it back. And then by doing this on the wall, it creates a little bit of friction, so it's a little bit harder to push, which causes a little bit more weight to be bearing on those that wrist joint. Okay, number 4, I have push-ups on the wall, because that's going to be kind of eliminating gravity a little bit because you're going vertical with it. So on the wall, you can do, let me see if I can slide you over here real quick. Cool. Oh, sorry, Cosmo, gotta go, bud. All right, so on the wall, we're gonna be doing push-ups, basically. So you're gonna start, the farther out away from you are from the wall, the more angle you create, the more wrist tension is gonna be activated on those wrists, okay? So we're gonna start pretty close at first, and then we're just gonna press in, which compresses that, and then we're gonna try to press out, keep our fingers straight. And then we're gonna go the other way. So we're gonna put our wrist flat against the wall. We're gonna try to press in and then press out. Go all the way straight to those fingertips and then rotate back. Good, last one. All the way straight. And then touch that dorsal side. Push it out. Good. And then the last one I have is similar to that, but we're gonna be going on the ground for actual push-ups. So for push-ups, we're gonna start, we can either have our knees on the ground to make it a little easier, if the weight is too much. So you're gonna start with your wrist straight flat on the ground, and you're gonna start doing push-ups. Good. And then you could even turn your wrist sideways. So then you're creating a little more tension or a different type of tension on those wrists. Good. And then last one, you can even go flat. This will create the most tension, so you gotta be careful with this one. I always keep my knees on the ground for this one. It hurts too much without. That creates a lot of tension right here on the inner side. So those are my 5 ways to grade weight bearing exercises for your wrist.